Okay, I'm putting a hot take here, but I think the Ruthless Aggression Era is better than the Attitude Era, in my opinion. Why do I think this? Well, I didn't grow up with the Attitude Era. I wasn't born yet or too young to even comprehend. I was born in 96. So by the time I was conscious enough, I think it was just ending the Attitude Era and moving into the Ruthless Aggression Era. So I grew up more surrounded by the Ruthless Aggression Era. I actually came up more in the PG era, like at the end of the Ruthless Aggression Era, like the last year of it. Um, like I was younger, and my cousin would watch it, but I would like see it in the background and stuff. I knew who Kane and Stone Cold and all those big wrestlers were. We had the video game, so I knew we had fun playing the video games, but I just never watched it. Um, but then my cousin, he told me and my brother that he wanted to know if he could come over and he would buy he would buy the 2008 Royal Rumble pay-per-view. It was wrestling in WWE. He was like, because he knew we didn't watch. We barely played the games. Um, but he said, if did he want, if it was okay, we can he come over and do that. And we were like, oh yeah, that's fine. Asked my parents. They said, yeah, that's fine. So he came over. He bought the pay-per-view, and that is where like my beginnings and love for WWE started. I remember seeing the Jeff Hardy, because he's one like my favorite wrestler. The video package, and like how cool it was, and like how like he was like such like a daredevil, and he took a lot of big risks. So just like growing, that is what attached me more. So that's I have more fond memories of that. But why I think it's better? I think it was more about the wrestling and more had an overall like teamwork kind of feel, because during the Attitude Era, Raw was definitely like all the everything, and SmackDown was just like just the other show. But during the Ruthless Aggression Era, it felt like a whole unit was trying to like come together. Even though SmackDown was better, I do remember seeing some of those SmackDown era episodes. Um, and yeah, the fist. Um, but you had like more wrestlers about like the wrestling instead of like just creating big thematic, crazy things like beer trucks and shit. Um, like not that there wasn't any cool moments in the Attitude Era too, though there are some really big, cool, iconic moments. And Austin and Mr. McMahon, that feud, Austin and Rock, and Kane, Undertaker, DX, Triple H, and all that. They all have really cool moments too. But Ruthless Aggression Era, I feel like had more focused and about like being a wrestler, but also like just having like some like interesting storytelling other than having some crazy shit happen. Um, and you had the SmackDown 6, you had OVW 4, you had the second coming of Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, like his second coming, like after finishing the American Badass gimmick. You had a lot of great wrestlers. It was more about like the wrestling, and then all the other obvious feuds that happened. But like it felt more like focused, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's in the Attitude Era. Like I said, like there are really cool moments, a lot of big, exciting moments that happen, and it has its own, taste and feel to it. But a lot of the time, most of it felt like it was just for shock value's sake, and shock value is after it happens, that's it. You know, there's nothing more to it. That's my opinion. If I'm wrong, then that's your opinion. But this is just what I think. And yeah, that is why I think the Ruthless Aggression Era is better than the Attitude Era. Peace out.